7 weird things that were banned in Soviet schools. Writing with the left hand was considered abnormal. Karate and bodybuilding classes were forbidden. Earrings or dyed hair would get kids thrown out of class. The list of things banned from Soviet schools goes on. 1. Ballpoint pens. This only applied to elementary school students. They were forced to write with quill pens. The pens had a wooden stock with a cartridge inside. This taught the students to write in neat cursive. Only then were they allowed to transfer to ballpoint pens. The system varied from school to school. Even choosing your pen's color wasn't an option. Red was reserved for teachers to correct and grade. Black was also used in the teacher's journal, so blue was the way to go. Perhaps the ballpoint pen ban had nothing to do with writing. Some argue that, like gum and jeans, it was seen as a tool of Western influence. 2. Sneakers. Soviet schools banned sneakers until the early 1980s. The trendy Western Velcro models were especially unwelcome. Outside the gym, they were seen as a sign of idle hippie life. The ban wasn't very strict. Students were still allowed to wear tennis shoes. 3. Karate and bodybuilding. This may seem ridiculous, but the ban was in place until the late 1970s. It's hard to say why exactly. Police looked for clandestine gyms and karate clubs. The equipment was seized and destroyed. Martial arts were considered too violent, yet the Soviet Union allowed boxing. 4. Left-handed writing. Southpaws were simply not allowed. They were re-taffed to write with their right hand. Their left hand would be tied behind their back. Using it to do anything was harshly punished. The idea was that left-handed people would struggle to work and fight. All weapons and equipment were made for right-handed people. The retraining wasn't canceled until the mid-1980s. The Soviet Ministry of Health confirmed that it was harmful. 5. Long hair for boys. This was associated with sloppiness and femininity, which was a bad thing. Boys with long hair were dealt with harshly. They were lectured at class and youth meetings. They were publicly shamed and told to make themselves look human. Sometimes their hair would be forcibly cut. 6. Bright hair, nail polish, and earrings. Students could be thrown out of class for any of these offenses. Makeup didn't fit the image of perfect Soviet students. Girls with pierced ears were treated more leniently, yet it was also generally discouraged and frowned upon. If they wanted to wear earrings, they opted for clips. The piercing taboo even made it to the big screen. There's a 1987 Soviet film called Dusa. The main character, a boy named Bananin, is jailed just for wearing an earring. 7. Mini skirts, jeans, and sweaters. Standard issue school uniforms were mandatory in every school. They had to be bought by the parents. They were the same for the entire Soviet Union. Jeans or mini skirts weren't readily available anyway, but students would go to insane lengths to obtain them. So schoolgirls had their skirt length measured with a ruler. The standard was set arbitrarily by each school. The problem was growing out of your uniform. Hemlines went up, and there was nothing the girls could do. New uniforms were often impossible to find.